The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation promotes, preserves, and perpetuates music, culture, and heritage through programs, cultural, educational, and economic activities year-round. Learn more at jazzandheritage.org. This program is brought to you in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support education, the arts, and culture in the greater New Orleans area. The Chicory House Bistro at the Rink offers breakfast and lunch daily. And now a new bar upstairs inside the Garden District Bookshop, 2727 Britannia Street at Washington Avenue. Learn more at therinknola.com.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, Dianne Honore, president of the Tour Guides Association of Greater New Orleans. Good to see you. Hello, welcome back.
Thank you.
But this time, though, because she wears many hats, we also wanted to talk about Easter traditions with Dianne. And Poppy Tooker, of course, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hello, my dear.
Love to be here.
And making her Steppin Out debut, Ashley Alcazar of Cafetomas restaurant in Mandeville. There's also two others, one in Metairie and one in Kenner, rather, and one uptown. We're going to be talking about a very special meal that supports WYES. Thank you. Good to see you, dear. Hey, hi. And Alan Smason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News and theatercriticism.com.
Thank you.
Hello. Poppy, some very exciting Lakeview restaurant news.
Well, you know, Peg, when I was thinking about this week, we are about to be descended on with the festers from all over the world. And when the festers come, they book up all the restaurants, and we have a hard time knowing where to go eat. Well, I have some new ideas for people, and yes, Lakeview is the big first idea, where, what was it, Lakeview Brew used to be?
Yes.
Right by the railroad trestle, up on top of that little hill. It is now Ember Indian Cuisine, right there on Canal Boulevard. It has a large, extensive menu, and it's got all the things that you would expect, like samosa and tikka masala, vindaloo, butter chicken. They have tandoori meats, but they also have, they bake the bread, the naan, in the tandoori ovens, and they have all sorts. They have the traditional, and they've got garlic naan and chili naan and cheese naan, and they have a fantastic vegetarian menu. Now you see that delicious thing? This is a goat dish, which it is so hard to find goat on menus, and I love it. So I highly recommend the goat. But also the curry of chickpeas, onions, tomatoes, garam masala. All I can tell you is that made this meat lover very happy and satisfied. It's unusual I could have a vegetarian meal, but we ate everything. It's an intimate, beautiful new space. You won't recognize it at all from Lakeview Brew, and it's serving continuously, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m., closed Tuesdays.
And amen, I love it too. I've been quite a few times.
It's delicious, full bar, everything that you could want. And then another new restaurant that just opened up down in the Warehouse District is Lemoyne Bistro. And this is from the Fuzzy Hospitality Group, who's the same group that opened Plates on Annunciation. Most recently, they opened Maria's Oyster and Wine Bar on Tchoupitoulas. But this new spot that just opened is a very French bistro sort of vibe. And the executive chefs, Farrell Harrison and Christian Hurst, are cooking some delicious French bistro-style food. The restaurant was named for Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne de Bienville, of course, you know, the French explorer known as the father of Louisiana. And they have beautiful and inventive cocktails. That is an agave en fleur with Blanco tequila, cassis, elderflower, lime, cardamom, and rose water. Oh, what a lovely drink. The chicken Riesling with bacon and creme fraiche, just like you're in France. Beautiful salads. They have a short rib carbonade and a Gulf fish coubillon. And oh, one of my favorites, look at that bone marrow and escargot. They have blue crab au gratin. Hard to find crab au gratin in this city. And love that beef tartare with cured egg yolk and Dijon. They're serving dinner Tuesday through Saturday from 5 until 10 p.m. And then I wanted to remind everybody of another restaurant that maybe the Festers won't know about, even though they opened up last year, Beggar's Banquet in the Lower Garden District on Britannia. Yes, it was named for the Rolling Stones album, and Chef Mike Delano and the whole Delano family continued to play and have such fun with food and drink. They serve dinner 5 till 9, Wednesday through Sunday, and they have some cocktails that will tickle your funny bone, like the Cha-Cha Now, y'all. I really like the I'm a slave for you too. So it's truly fun, and there's a delicious weekend brunch, 10:30 to 3 p.m., with beignets that have a Verona chocolate whipped ganache, waffles with a lemon creme anglaise, pancakes, avocado toast, shrimp and grits. There's a happy hour that everybody needs to know about, Wednesday through Friday from 4 until 6, and weekends happy hour from 3 to 5 p.m., where you get $9 bar bits, yummy things like smoked redfish dip and sriracha cauliflower and crispy firecracker calamari and fried green tomatoes, and it's delicious, it's whimsical, and you just can't help but laugh when you have one of those cocktails.
All right, thank you so much, Poppy. And we head over to Mandeville to the lovely Cafetomas, and we'll be showing images from it. And this is really a family affair, isn't it?
It is. We started our restaurant in 2020, and we just decided that Louisiana, New Orleans area is lacking Latin food, and we decided that the best option was to do international Latin flavors.
Now, you started in Kenner, and you have one uptown,
Yes.
but the one we're going to specifically talk about is in
It's
Mandeville, an old Mandeville. isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And we will be having appetizers starting off with the tostones.
Now, this is a very special meal, and on behalf of WYES, for which we thank you, and it's coming up in April. But look at the exterior; it's really precious. But tell us about the menu.
The tostones, it's a fried green plantain, and we pair it with our special sauce that everyone loves. It's a cilantro-based sauce, sweet, a little tangy, a little bit spicy. And we also are starting off as our first course, our jibarito. It's basically a sandwich without the bread, and we replace the bread with the fried green plantain.
Oof.
And it's layered with our cilantro sauce as well, but it's steak, lettuce, tomato, onions. It's just delicious. And
we're going to be showing you various dishes that you all have on the menu. But go ahead, continue with your menu.
Our second course is our arepas. That is Colombian. And it's gluten-free, and we stuff it with mozzarella cheese, and it comes with the slow-braised shredded chicken, and with our cilantro sauce as well. That cilantro sauce is everywhere, but everyone loves it. It just says a lot. With the sauce, it explains a lot.
Now, we also have to point out that there's some really special wine, and special thanks to Ambelli Wine Imports and Distribution, that are from Greece and from Cyprus. And one of the wines is considered by the Guinness World Book of Records the oldest wine ever. And it's, Commendana Old Wine, and so that you'll be pairing carefully with those with the various dishes
Exactly.
too. Huh? Now, what are some of your favorite dishes on these menus?
I think the jibarito, which is the sandwich, it's just delicious. I love to add it with sweet plantains or with our special sauce. It's just delicious overall.
That sounds just great. Now, once again, you can go Kenner. And where's the one in Kenner?
Kenner is on Williams.
In Williams, okay. And uptown?
is on Carrollton.
Carrollton, okay. But the one specifically that we just showed you is on Girard, and the Season of Good Taste dinner is Wednesday, April 30th at 6:30. You can go to WYES/events to get your tickets. But we sure appreciate you all doing this, and give our best to your dad too.
That's good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Dianne, my goodness, masking Indian Queen, former nurse, cheese. Baby doll, but today the hat you're wearing is a tour guide, okay?
Yes.
But also an Orleanian with great memories that many of us do have in terms of Easter. I mean, we're about to enjoy Easter, of course, this whole weekend on Sunday. What did you eat growing up at Easter?
The one thing that stands out the most is the crawfish bisque that my mother would cook over 2 to 3 days. So she would do like an entire sack of crawfish, and everybody wanted some of her crawfish.
Oh my goodness! And then you go get your Easter outfit. Where did you all shop?
Maison Blanche and Krauss mostly. So, and it was always pink or yellow or, very bright Easter.
I remember that you had to have your outfit, didn't you?
Had to have the outfit with the little shoes and the hat and the whole 9 yards.
Absolutely. And of course, in your Easter basket might have been
Gold brick eggs.
Yes.
Gold brick.
Heavenly
my
hash.
Heavenly hash. Yes. And they've gotten fancy with that heavenly hash. And you'd get them sometimes, at the Circle Grocery?
At the Circle, yes, the Circle,
there in
where they
St.
had
Bernard.
everything you could possibly want.
Now, one thing I remember, and you told me earlier that you did too, were the chicks.
Yes.
Today, I cannot believe that we did get this as a gift, okay? But they were colored chicks. Pinks and these poor little chickadees. And here we were talking about the Easter basket. Remember Merlins? We miss Merlins here too.
Yeah.
But the chicks, oh my gosh! And we've just seen here, lovely. But the little chicks, and I guess we must have taken them to one of the parks after, because I don't know. There you go. Can you believe?
No.
Purple. And you don't remember that? Oh my
I
gosh!
do.
Yes.
I do.
And thank you, Maria K. Chatter, for that footage. Look at that. Yes, and one time I actually got a rabbit, and I put a leash on the rabbit and tried to walk it around the block. It did not work very well, as you can well imagine. So I think the rabbit also was sent to a park, one of the local parks, either Audubon or a city.
Remember the bunnies that wreathed the florist?
Oh, yes.
That is my greatest Easter memory.
Shinix.
So thank you.
That's okay.
Of course.
Absolutely. And the Bunny Village.
Yeah.
The bunnies had a church. They had a town hall. Remember that? This was on St. Charles Avenue near Washington.
It was adorable.
Yeah.
Those were the things that you used to do. And one tradition with my in-laws, we would always have oysters on Good Friday. That's not a surprise, right? Either in the gumbo or just on the half shell. But yeah, so many good memories of
Fabulous
that.
memories. Good memories.
Now, also wearing your hat, as I said, of the tour guides, you are looking for new members, aren't you?
Yes, we are recruiting new members. We have a lot of new stuff going on. In fact, our seminar this year is on July 26th. So, and it's going to be all about indigenous people and Bolbancha, and it's going to be a full
Being
day
an
of
early
activity.
Indian, Native American name, I think, for New Orleans, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, as I
Land
recall.
of Many Tongues. So
Oh, is that what it means? Okay,
yes,
Land of Many
so
Tongues.
that's
I
what the
love that
seminar's
name.
focus is. And yes, we are recruiting new members and, again, doing all sorts of new activities.
Well, good. And we have, some websites. So if you want to inquire, nolaguideinfo@gmail.com, tourguidenola.org. Let me just say, because I feel like I'm kind of I don't want to say mascot, but I mean, I love your tour guides, and I've gone to many of you have like regular meetings, and they're usually full of information about some aspect of New Orleans.
Yes.
And then one of the education series I got to attend about the food culture of New Orleans is so much fun. But also, you as a tour guide have a really nice website, and you also do cooking classes. So tell us about some of your stuff. Let's talk about you.
Well, I work at the New Orleans School of Cooking, and it's absolutely wonderful. You get to come and have a full meal that I demonstrate, talk about the history of all the food, and it's a lot of fun. So, and I also do demos at the French Market and in different places. So I do love passing along my food history. You know,
You
from my
also do
family.
your own tours, don't you, about women in the Quarter?
I do tours about women in the French Quarter. I do
That's
a
very
baby doll
specific.
tour.
I love that.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
very
You
specific.
do a baby doll tour too?
Baby doll, the
Oh.
Black Storyville baby doll tour. So yeah, I do very specific, and right now I'm working on one focused on medicine.
Oh, wow.
So-
Well, the nursing
The
background
nurse, it
kinda helps
kind
out,
of it
huh?
kind of comes
The
together.
Pharmacy Museum is a great place, and I think that's one of those hidden gems, isn't it?
It really is. It really. I encourage
Right
a
there
lot
in
of people
Chartres.
to go there. You know, it gets overlooked sometimes, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff in it. They took away the leeches, but
Darn! Darn!
it's still a lot of fun. You know,
So gumbomarie.com.
gumbomarie.com.
All right, thank you so much. And Alan, you're up.
All right. Well, you know, this is the time of year when all of the seasons are announced for many of our production companies. Now, we've already gone over the upcoming seasons for the Sanger and for Le Petit, but look what's coming up at Tulane. First of all, we want to congratulate the interim artistic director, C. Leonard Raybon, on his appointment as the permanent artistic director now
Oh,
at
good.
Summer Lyric Theater at Tulane. Of course, he follows in the illustrious footsteps of founder Francis Monachino and Michael Howard, and then later on Michael McKelvey more recently. So on the boards of the summer, the 3 C classics, all beginning with the letter C. We start off with a chorus line, the 1975 Tony Award winner that, of course, was written by Marvin Hamlish. You're going to see a chorus line from June the 19th to the 22nd, and it's an examination to the seamy underbelly of Broadway auditions and really what it takes to become part of a cast. It gives insight into some of the personalities and backgrounds of a Broadway ensemble. And then a chorus line will be, and by the way, that's going to be directed by the lovely, fantastic, talented Jeanne Buisson. I wanted to mention that
Who
as well.
just did Jersey
Yes.
Boys,
And
huh?
she and Before Beautiful, you know, last year. So a chorus line is going to be done by her. Then Company is coming out.
Yay!
That first came out in 1970. It was a revelation for many, of course, a discourse, if you will, by Stephen Sondheim on marriage. Recently, Catherine Link was in the role of Bobby, a woman. I do not know if Bobby will be a man or woman, but I do know that the director and the choreographer will both be women. First off, just announces the director will be talented and lovely Leslie Castet, and she'll be assisted by her choreographer, Caitlin Zellin. And last but by no means least, I want to mention Carousel, the Rodgers and Hammerstein 1945 musical. It contains so many classic songs. That'll be on the Dixon Hall stage as well. So the 3 C's this year of Carousel, Company, and a chorus line. Now, with director and choreographer Diana Lala, of course, who officially retired from the University of Cincinnati Conservatory this last month, this will be her final appearance there, but hopefully she'll be here on a permanent basis and we'll be able to see some more things from her. Season subscriptions are online now, and you can go to the site at liberalarts.tulane.edu summer-lyric-theater. Right next door in the Dixon Hall Annex, the New Orleans Shakespeare Festival is going to be held, and they're starting off with an unusual dose of Moliere, the imaginary invalid comedy about a hypochondriac. It'll bow in June, and that's directed by Annalise Joug-Fox. And then later in June, we'll have 2 events. The first is an improv meets Shakespeare night of surprises called the Fools Ensemble, and that'll be on June the 25th. And then on June the 28th, 3 days later, we're going to have the Unprompted Shakespeare. It's a group where they get together early in the morning. They basically go over the script and they kind of practice the lines, and they commit it entirely to memory just in time to play it 12 hours later from morning until showtime. And that's King Lear, one night only, June the 28th, 7:30 p.m. Tickets are a little bit pricier because I guess it takes a little bit more time to get all that stuff together. The big Shakespeare production this year will be Midsummer Night's Dream. The comedy will be directed by their artistic director, Graham Burke, for a fortnight. I like that name. In July. And again, the Shakespeare Festival at Tulane tickets are $23 for most of the events. And for season ticket information, go to their website. Their phone number, by the way, is up there now. It's 865-5117. If you had the old number, it doesn't work anymore. This is the new number, 865-5117. Meanwhile, the Jefferson Performing Arts is holding its 48th season, and they're off to a great start with the regional premiere of Waitress by Sarah Bareilles, the show that was last seen here at the Sanger on the national tour. It kicks off their season. Again, it's listed on the boards, but nothing yet for October and November, but Waitress will be here in September. But then in December, 2 productions in rapid succession. You've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Holiday Fair, of course, starting in early December. That'll be followed by the Tchaikovsky Nutcracker Ballet for 1 weekend only. And then following Mardi Gras, it's time for Disney's Frozen. That'll be the first time the JPA is putting it on. And it'll be followed again by Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. That was a bit of a cult hit on Broadway. And hopefully you'll see that. For more information about the JPA season, check out their website at jpas.org or give them a call at, it's I believe, 885-2000. So hopefully you have that as well. And we did have a couple of other things that are on the boards coming up. 2 local productions, a drama and a musical comedy, are in rehearsals now. First, Ashley Santos will be directing John Patrick Shanley's Doubt at Le Petit Theater, which closes out their season with this. And then after that, Kelly Fushi is both directing and starring in Something Rotten. No, it's not really rotten. It's the name of it. Something Rotten. It's only the second time this send-up of Shakespeare and the modern musical is being presented. This will be, of course, at Rivertown Theaters. It's a big cast. Led by her husband Mark Fushi and Jake Wynn Wilson as 2 of the leads, and then featuring Ken Good Jr., Bryce Slocum, and Ricky Graham, among many, many others. Something Rotten will be something you'll want to see as well. And on my own NOLA Theater Talk Show, I've got a bunch of things that are coming up I want to go over real quick. On April the 21st, we're going to have the season for the Louisiana Philharmonic with the LPO Executive Director Anwar Nasir. And then from 8:30 to 9, we'll have hopefully Lila Palmer talk about the upcoming season for the New Orleans Opera. Then on April the 28th, we're going to talk about the Summer Lyric Theater at Tulane, and we hopefully be able to do that for a whole hour. We're looking forward to that on April the 28th. And then on May the 5th, a really special post-mortem of Funny Girl. This is going to involve the stars from both the national tour of Funny Girl that was just here at the Sanger and the Broadway revival of Funny Girl on Broadway. So we've got Melissa Manchester, Hannah Shankman, and Cheryl Stern for the national tour. And then Tova Feldsha and Julie Banco are going to try to make it as well to talk about the very first revival of Funny Girl ever on Broadway. Yeah, should be cool.
Okay.
So you can check it all out there. NOLA Theater Folk Facebook group, the theatercriticism.com Facebook page, and my own YouTube channel.
I'm sure you, because I know you're Mr. Broadway, you heard that Leslie Odoms Jr. is going to be
Of course, he's going back into Hamilton. You know, wait for it, people. Wait for it.
What, September through November?
Yeah, it's only for a limited run, but you know, and that they're going to do this with all of the stars.
Wow.
They just let the bag out.
So
They said he's
smart.
coming the first time. We don't know what else is going to come. Well, you know, Lin-Manuel's going to go back in the show, and all the original.
They really do need a little pep up?
No, it's their 10th anniversary. They want to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Hamilton, which made it to the $1 billion club faster than anybody else.
That's a good club to belong
It
to.
is.
Right?
Only 3, you know, right where you've got 3 others besides Hamilton. You've got Hamilton in the top spot, making it to within 10 years, but you also had The Lion King and Wicked. Wicked made it in 12 years, Wicked in 13, Lion King in 13, and it took 25 years for Phantom of the Opera to make the same $1 billion.
Okay, thank you so much. Time for picks, Poppy.
Another fest idea, that new Alma Cafe on North Carrollton. I don't think they'll know about that. And they're now serving dinner news
good.
from 5 until 10 p.m. all week long. It's near the Jazz Fest. Could be a perfect local refuge. And they have a happy hour from 4 until 6 every day where you can get specially priced raw and charbroiled oysters. And there's a New England lobster roll on that happy hour menu, too.
Thank you, Poppy.
I had the oysters. They're great. Wonderful.
Alan, your pick.
The one pick I wanted to talk about, I don't know whether or not you know about this, Peggy, but you know they're going to have this little gathering on the great lawn of the LPO, the Swing in the Oaks. Matthew Kramer, the conductor. Oh, they have a guest announcer. Who could that be but our own Peggy Scott Laborde?
Well, just to say, give often to the LPO that particular night, and glad to be supportive.
Bring your
That's
chairs,
gonna
bring
be a
your
lot of fun.
blankets.
That's one of my favorite things. It's around 6:30ish. I
Yes,
think.
yeah, about 6:30. Yeah, so but you might want to get there a little early because it's always
Absolutely.
packed.
We always have to get there early. You
Yeah.
bet.
Bring the
Thank you.
wine, bring the cheese, and have some fun.
You bet. Now, my picks, if you would like to follow the tradition of visiting 9 Catholic churches on Good Friday, go to clarionherald.org, click 9 church walk options for the map. The Gaudance Dance Troupe will debut Nanaboo on Friday evening at 7:30 p.m. That's at the Marigny Opera House on Ferdinand Street. And this dance troupe is headed by Imani Godan and based in both New York and New Orleans. The new work is a combination of dance and theater. Author Robert Mann will discuss his new book, You Are My Sunshine, on Saturday afternoon at 2:30 at the East Bank Regional Library in Metairie on West Napoleon. And he is, by the way, the author of 10 books. And Mann weaves together the birth of country music, Louisiana politics, World War II, and the Civil Rights Movement. 2 Easter parades in the quarter at 1 p.m., starting at Royal in St. Louis. That's the French Quarter Easter Parade, started initially by Chris Owens and Kitsy Adams. The parade will pay tribute to the late entertainer, of course, Ms. Owens. And one of the floats will especially pay tribute to her. Also to the memory of WWL's Eric Paulson, who used to parade with the group. And then at 4:30, it's the Gay Easter Parade, beginning at North Rampart and St. Louis at Grand Prix Bar. For maps and info, go to those websites, French Quarter, EasterParade.com, and GayEasterParade.com too. On Tuesday evening, the New Orleans Friends of Music present the Escher Quartet featuring Terrence Wilson on piano. That's Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. at Dixon Hall. For tickets and more information about the evening, go to friendsofmusic.org. And next week, a Jazz Fest preview. Thank you all so very much for watching, and Happy Easter!
Happy Passover.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation promotes, preserves, and perpetuates music, culture, and heritage through programs, cultural, educational, and economic activities year-round. Learn more at jazzandheritage.org. This program is brought to you in part by the Eugenie and Joseph Jones Family Foundation, a local foundation proud to support education, the arts, and culture in the greater New Orleans area. The Chicory House Bistro at the Rink offers breakfast and lunch daily. And now a new bar upstairs inside the Garden District Bookshop, 2727 Britannia Street at Washington Avenue. Learn more at therinknola.com.